Hello my soapy friends and welcome back to my channel. For those of you that are new here, my name is Lissa, also known as the Soap Chef on this channel where we make all things with a rather good lather. I've been a maker in this industry for over 2 decades. We are a 3D bath bomb mold supplier and my favorite products to make, of course, are bath bombs. But that's enough about me. Let's get right into the video. Okay, so the other day on the channel I did a comparison between 2 different sugar scrubs. I wanted to try Tara Lee's sugar scrub that she just put out using the silica, and then I compared that finished product to my finished product. I didn't like it as much. It's not to say it's a bad formula, it's perfectly fine, it's great. I actually do like it. I just like mine better. So in that video, I said I was going to be doing another video of my own with my own sugar scrub to show you guys the difference. I already did show you the difference in textures between the two, and it's up to personal preference. That's a really great recipe. Primarily, to be frank, I like mine better because of the cost effectiveness of it, because that silica powder is freaking expensive and you have to use a lot. So let's get rolling with my sugar scrub. The first thing that I want to do is take my xanthan gum and dissolve it in my glycerin. Once again, I do say this on every video because I have a lot of new people daily. So if you are new to the channel, I go ahead and put my recipes up in the member section of my channel here, as well as on my Patreon. Both of those links are down below. I also offer a short PDF form of the recipe up on my website, soap-chef.com, as well as my Etsy site, Soap Chef Mold. So you can get this recipe a variety of ways. I do not do a long form PDF because in my personal opinion, I think it's a waste of paper and a waste of space. Why do all that? When all the people need, they want to know what the recipe is, they want to know the instructions on how to put it together. There's always a video from me to show you how to put it together. That's all you guys need. You don't need 25 pages worth of anybody, blah, 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 right? Okay, let's get on with this. We're going to put this in a water bath. We're going to be adding some emulsifying wax. Cetyl alcohol. This is an emulsified scrub. Shea butter. Avocado oil. I almost forgot for a second what it was. Avocado oil. So we've got our glycerin sitting off to the side. The xanthan gum has been dissolved in it. Now we're just going to go ahead and take this, put this in a water bath. I already have our water portion weighed out. We're going to stick that on the top of the stove. I've already weighed the vessel so that I know how much water is contained in here. So from loss due to evaporation, you just go ahead after you weigh your water portion, take it off, tear your scale, put this back on your scale, the entire vessel, weigh it, write that number down, because you are going to lose water to evaporation and you want to add that back in. All right, so give me a moment. I'm going to go put those back over on the stove. I'll catch you back in a second. Okay, our oil portion has been melted down. Our water has been heated, held. I added more water back in there to equal the amount that I actually need because we do lose some to evaporation. I'm going to now take our xanthan gum and glycerin mix, add that to the water portion so that we can hydrate it. For those of you that are new and have never worked with xanthan gum, you have to dissolve it first in glycerin and then you hydrate it in your liquid portion, usually water, but some people use aloe juice, hydrosols, depending on what you're making. All right, just gonna give that a little whisk. It'll start thickening up a little bit. That's what xanthan gum is. It's a thickener, not an emulsifier. Sorry about all the noise, you guys. My neighbor is actually out in the back of the soap shop cutting my grass for me, bless his little heart. Plus I have the air conditioning on, plus I have the fan on because it's god awful hot here already. Okay, anyways, we're going to take our oil portion. Yes, I put it into a bigger container so that I have a little bit less of a splash zone happening once I start buzzing this together. So we're going to take our water portion that I've just mixed our glycerin and water. We're going to add that to our oil portion. All right, let's get in here and give it a buzz. This is not going to emulsify like a lotion or a cream. You're not going to see this turn white and thick like it does with a lotion or a cream, because there's not a lot of the emulsifying wax or the cetyl alcohol. There's just enough to get everything emulsified. All right, that's good enough for that portion. Next, I'm going to be adding in a lot of polysorbate 80. I already have my fragrance blended in with this. So we're going to get that into the pool next. And the reason why we add that is because if people are going to be using this in the tub, we don't want an oil slick on the bottom of the tub that they're going to slip and fall and crack their cranium. Plus it helps because I do color my scrubs. It helps with the colorant as well. And the scent that I am using today is a combination of lime and hot pink lemonade. I'm sorry, I went blank there for a second. The combination of those two things, you guys, the hot pink lemonade, I get that from Nature's Garden, and then lime, it is absolutely phenomenal. All right, you guys can see how nice and thick this has gotten now. And so my next step is going to be to go ahead and add our colorant. This smells unbelievable, you guys. You need to try this. When Tara Lee was doing her demo and she was trying to recreate the rainbow sherbet from Tree Hut, she used a totally different scent blend, some type of a sugary kind of a thing, but she did like a lime green just to mimic the color of the Tree Hut. And so I wanted something that was really fruity, really summery. And this hot pink lemonade combined with the lime did the trick, let me tell you. It is absolutely fantastic. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to add some of that colorant. This is just mica. All right, let's just give it a manual whisk. Now that I got it all up on the sides. Beautiful, let's give it a buzz. And so now you're starting to see the consistency of what the scrub is going to look like. It's not going to look this slimy once you get all the sugar combined to it. It's just going to have an unbelievable texture to it. That's about it. I'm going to scrape down the sides, get the rest of that colorant off of there. We're going to mix that in with our sugar. We're going to add our preservative. Get down on the bottom, make sure there's no colorant stuck to the bottom that we didn't get. All right, like I said, we're going to add our preservative, which is Liquid Germal Plus. Just want to try to get every last little bit. All right. Got a little bit of a mix with our spatula. The smell of this is unbelievable. This is my favorite combination. My gosh, does it smell nice. Get yourself some of that hot pink lemonade. Mix it with a little bit of lime, you guys. All right, here's all my sugar. We're gonna go ahead and dump. Look at the color. It's gonna get lighter, of course, because I'm gonna be mixing that all in with the sugar. I cannot say enough about the scent blend. All right, let's start mixing this in with the sugar. What I will wind up doing is I'll go ahead and mix this all up. I'll put it into one of the jars, and then I always have a little bit extra that I use as a sample when I am out at events. And I'll bring you guys back tomorrow so that you can see the texture after it has sat. I always do that. I don't like to give you like demonstrations of things like right then and there, because it's not true. It's not a true representation of what that product is going to look like, feel like, act like. So I like to let it sit, which is what I did with the other video that I did when I was trying out Tara Lee's scrub. I let it sit overnight. I already had my jar of scrub on the side. It was a sample jar that I just took it from my house because I used that. It was the Bum Bum, I think, which I call Beach Bum. And so I brought that from home, and then I let that scrub that I made of Tara Lee's version, I just let that sit overnight so that it could be a more true representation between the two. All right, this is pretty well mixed up right now, but you guys can see the consistency right now. Tomorrow, it's going to be different. I mean, this is great as it is, but tomorrow, it's going to be much more thick after everything combines and sits overnight and has a chance to meld together. But there it is. That is my replication of that sugar scrub. All right, so it's going to be tomorrow for me. It's only going to be a couple of seconds for you guys. All right, I will bring you back tomorrow so you can see the final texture and consistency.
The next day.
Okay, so it is the next day for me, and I promised that I would show you guys what the texture is like the next day with the sugar scrub. Because it does change. It gets a little bit thicker. Everybody starts working well together. Go ahead. This is going to be for me, so it doesn't matter if I don't have my gloves on, because this is really nice. All right, so this is the consistency. It's just beautiful, you guys. It's not too oily and loose, which I did find the demonstration that Tara did, Tara Lee, when she did that with the silica. I did find afterwards, because I tested that as well the next day, and I found it to be really, really loose and a little bit oily on the top, even though it sat for the same amount of time overnight. So again, I'm not saying anything bad about that other recipe. I like it. It's good. It's just completely different than what I make and what I sell and what my customers are used to. And so I'm just going to stick with mine for those reasons, as well as, like I've already mentioned, the cost. Okay, so I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, give it a thumbs up, comment, and share if you don't mind. I would appreciate that. Once again, you can find this recipe in the member section. If you are on an iPhone, you will not be able to see the membership tab. I don't know why Apple, YouTube, they don't get along. So go on a desktop if you are using an iPhone. So it'll be in the member section. It will be on my Patreon. Those links are down below. You can also find the short PDF on my website, soap-chef.com, as well as my Etsy shop, which is Soap Chef Molds. Okay, till we meet again, you guys. Be kind and stay humble. Take care of yourselves, and we'll see you soon.